Hey guys, Richard from MTG Goldfish here, and today I have an Oath of the Gatewatch Fat Pack unboxing. So here's my Fat Pack. The MSRP is $40, and you should be able to pick these up at your local gaming store, big box store like Walmart or Target, or even Amazon.com and eBay. So Oath of the Gatewatch is a new set. It releases today, January 22nd. So I went down to the game store and picked this up. And let's open it up and see what we have inside. So like all fat packs, it comes with a player's guide. And the player's guide actually contains pictures of every single card in the set and some story. So you can see all the new cards here. You can use it as a checklist. And as usual, here is the Fat Pack box. So you can use this to store your cards after the fact. So let's take a look at what's inside. So this is the box itself. So it comes with these paper deck boxes. So I believe each deck box holds 60 cards. You can put them together, and they're not that strong. I would just use them to hold basic lands or something like that. So here we have Kozilek. And here we have Nissa. So I'll just leave those there. Here's the cover. It's also Nissa, and in the back you can see Planeswalkers fighting Eldrazi. So the real reason why you buy the Fat Pack are these two things here. So we have a pack of basic lands, and we have 9 booster packs, and a Spindown. So like Battle for Zendikar, Oath of the Gatewatch comes with full art lands. Unlike Battle for Zendikar, you can get these at a reasonable price. Most places are selling fat packs for about $40. When Battle for Zendikar came out, people were buying fat packs for $60, $70, $80. So you can see there are a bunch of lands. These are the full art lands from Battle for Zendikar. The question is, are there the new Wastes lands from Oath of the Gatewatch? So we'll go through these, and here we go. Let me just focus the camera a bit. So we have the new Waste. So there's 2 arts. This is the new mana symbol. We're going to see them when we take a look at the cards, but you basically get, let's see how many we have here. Oops. So you basically get 7 of each waste, and you get 14 in total. So those are the lands. So basically, like Battle for Zendikar, except you now have these new wastes. Now let's get to the packs. So like Battle for Zendikar, Oath of the Gatewatch also comes with Expeditions, which are super rare foil lands. And there are some pretty pricey ones like Wasteland. So here we go with our packs. Let me just zoom in the camera. And let's see what the Jace pack brings us here. Onto War Cleric, so you see one of the new mechanics here, Cohort. When you tap this creature and another ally, you get an ability. This one you get 2 life. Cultivator Drone, new Eldrazi. The new colorless mana symbol here, if you haven't seen it. Add, I'm going to call it Diamond, or colorless mana, to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast a colorless spell, activate an ability of a colorless permanent, or pay a cost that contains colorless. So basically, if you don't know what this does, they replaced the colorless mana symbol, which just used to be a number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, with this colorless symbol. When this symbol is used, you can only use colorless mana to pay for it. So you can't use red mana or green mana or anything like that. You also still have generic mana, which are the numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When a card costs that, you can use any colored mana or colorless mana to pay for it. So you can use green, blue, or even the new colorless. Lands that used to produce generic mana, so the numbers, 1, now produce colorless. So that's the new mechanic in a nutshell here. Going through some of the new cards in this set. I actually played this at pre-release, and the new cards are actually pretty cool. I see a foil hanging out in the back there. We'll see what that is. Goblin Freerunner. This card was brutal in my pre-release. It has the new Surge mechanic. Surge, 1 generic, 1 red. You may cast a spell for its Surge cost if you or a teammate has cast another spell this turn. This is a 4 mana 3/2 menace. So if you have a 1-drop on turn 3, you can go 1-drop and then pay 2 for this for Surge cost, and you get a 3/2 menace. So that's pretty crazy. Reaver Drone, Meandering River, Storm Chaser Mage. So this is kind of Super Swift Sphere. It's a blue and a red. It's a 1/3 Flying Haste Prowess Human Wizard. So that's a very powerful card. Ooh. We have a shiny new mythic here. General Tasbeeh, 5 mana 3/4. When General Tasbeeh enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an ally card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your library. You can pay 1 of each color mana, so all 5. Ally creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of colors among those creatures. So I expect to see General Tasbeeh showing up in 5-color Commander ally decks. And here is our foil. It's just a foil common, and of course the full art land, and Eldrazi Scion. So we're off to a good start. We got a mythic rare, and we got a foil, but I'm really hoping we crack an expedition here. Pack 2, 3 mana 2/3/1. Negate has come back. We still have the Void cards. Witness the End here. Netcaster Spider, Gravity Negator, Warden of Geometric. So here you can see that you can tap it to add a colorless to your mana pool. And here we see another Eldrazi. It's 1 in a green, a 2/2, Devoid, but you can pay 1 colorless, and it gets +1/+2 until end of turn. Relief Captain, Essence Depleter, Reflector Mage. Ooh, Seagate Wreckage. This is a pretty good card. It's our rare. You can tap it to add a colorless mana, and if you pay 2 and a colorless and tap it, draw a card, activate this ability only if you have no cards in hand. So I assume this card will be awesome in aggro decks. Ooh. Rare. Oh, it's not a rare. It's an uncommon. It's another foil, Null Caller, 3 in a black, 2/4. Pay 4, exile a creature from your graveyard, put a 2/2 zombie creature onto the battlefield tapped. So that's another foil, and we get our Swamp and another Scion. So 2 packs, 2 foils, a mythic, and a pretty good rare, I think. Mighty Leap, classic combat trick. Consuming Sinkhole, onto War Cleric. Slaughter Drone. This card was so good for me in Limited. It's just a 2 mana 2/2, but you can pay colorless to give it Death Touch. So it basically trades with anything when you get your colorless mana going. Goblin Freerunner again. Oh, here we have a Waste. So Wastes show up in the common slot in boosters, so they don't show up in the land slot. And when you're playing Sealed or Draft, you have to actually pick these up. You don't get them like the rest of the basic lands. So you can only use the ones you find in the draft. Ooh, here's our rare Sylvan Advocate. 2 mana, 2/3 Vigilance. As long as you control 6 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2. So it becomes a 4/5, basically a Tarmogoyf if you have 6 lands. And Island. And a cool new looking zombie. What do we have here? Ondu War Cleric, Cultivator Drone, Kozilek Shrieker, Lead by Example, Reality Hemorrhage, another Waste, Gravity Negator, Bonesaw, Scion Summoner, Embodiment of Insight, Baloth Pup, Warping Whale. This card is pretty awesome. It's a 1 and a colorless. It's an instant, and you get to choose one. Exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less, counter target sorcery spell, or put a 1/1 Scion token onto the battlefield. Sifter of Souls. This is a pretty cool rare. 3 and a black, 4/3 devoid. When another token creature, when another non-token creature you control dies, put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi sign creature onto the battlefield. So really good with things like Zulaport Cutthroat. Mountain, and another Scion. Still looking for my Expedition. I actually have only opened 1 Expedition in all the packs of Battle for Zendikar and Oath of Gatewatch so far, and that was a Godless Shrine. Ondu War Cleric. I think we've gotten one of these like every single pack. Same with Cultivator Drone. Gotten a lot of these. Brute Strength, Unnatural Endurance, Pulse of Marasa. We got the foil version earlier. Unknown Shores. So this is a reprint, and you can see now that the this used to say 1, like the number 1. Now it says colorless, and that change happens to all the existing cards. So all the existing cards have been updated. Bonesaw, Tajiri Path Warden, Cyclone Sire, Visions of Brutality, Gift of Tusk. This is a cool card. It's just a blue. Instant, until end of turn, target creature loses all abilities and becomes a green elephant with base power, toughness 3/3. Overwhelming Denial. It's just a 4 mana counterspell. Surge, it just costs 2, so like the original counterspell. And Overwhelming Denial can't be countered by spells or abilities. So that's a cool counterspell. Island, and another Eldrazi Scion. Dazzling Reflection, Consuming Sinkhole, Searing Light, Untamed Hunger, Vines of the Recluse, another Goblin Freerunner, Wastes, Dwar Isle Avenger. 5 mana, 3/3 flying, and if it's Surge, it's just 3 mana. It's a pretty good card in Two-Headed Giant. Let's see what our rare is here. Another Gift of Tusks. Ooh. Remorseless Punishment. 5 mana. Target opponent loses 5 life unless that player discards 2 cards or sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Repeat this process once. It's a very powerful card. Planes and a plant token. Expedite, Ondu War Cleric again. Can make a whole Cleric ally deck with these guys so far. Elemental Uprising, Sky Scourer, Tar Snare, Boulder Savo, Unknown Shores, Blinding Drone, Kozilek's Pathfinder is pretty good. It's a 6 mana 5/5. You can pay a colorless. Target creature can't block Kozilek's Pathfinder this turn, so it really screws up blocking when you're playing sealed or draft. Essence Depleter, Reflector Mage, and Zendikar Resurgent. 5 generic, 2 green. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana to your mana pool of any type that land produced. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. So that's a pretty good card. And Forest, and a Core Ally 1/1 token. So no expeditions yet. We've gotten 1 mythic. Got a bunch of foils, but no foil rares. Searing Lights, Comparative Analysis, Eldrazi Aggressor, Witness the End, Canopy Gorger, Pathfinder again, Sign Summoner, Core Skywalker, Zada's Commando, Crumbling Vestige, Void Shatterer, Thought Harvester, and we got Hedron Alignment. So this is a pretty cool card. 2 and a blue, hexproof. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may reveal your hand. If you do, you win the game if you own a card named Hedron Alignment in exile, in your hand, in your graveyard, and on the battlefield. And you can pay 2 to scry 1. So this card is probably terrible in reality, but it's one of those super fun cards where you can find a weird way to win the Magic game. I expect you'll be seeing a Hedron Alignment Against the Odds on the channel sometime in the future. Last pack. This is our last chance for an expedition. Core Scythemaster, Kozilek Shrieker, Lead by Example, Crumbling Vestige, Containment Membrane, Hedron Crawler, Oblivion Strike. This card is really good and limited. It's just 4 mana, devoid, exile target creature. Stalker Drone, Roiling Waters, Kazul's Tollcaller, Weapons Trainer. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you control an equipment. And, our rare is Thought-Knot Seer. This card is super expensive. There's a lot of hype for this card in Modern and in Standard. When Thought-Knot Seer enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it and exile that card. When Thought-Knot Seer leaves the battlefield, target opponent draws a card. 3 colorless for 4/4. And a mountain. So this was okay. Thought-Knot Seer is actually a pretty expensive card, so that kind of helps with our last card. We got some cool cards. We got a bunch of wastes. We got maybe 2 or 3 in the packs we opened, plus the all the ones that came in the land pack. So that's 14 plus 2 or 3. So we got a bunch of wastes from the fat pack. So I think it's actually pretty worth it if you need to pick up some of the new wastelands. But otherwise, it's just a fun thing to do. It's kind of like playing the Magic Powerball. I always get a fat pack with every new set release, and I open it here on the channel and share it with you guys. So over on the main website, mtggoldfish.com, we're running an Oath of the Gatewatch Fat Pack giveaway. So it's free to enter, and you can win a free Oath of the Gatewatch Fat Pack. Click on the annotation on the screen for details, or in the description below there will be details. So enter and you can get your own fat pack. Well, that's all for this time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you all later.